Greetings, I am Lies, and I use she, her.
And I am Scandal, and I use they, them.
And let's play a game together.
Yay!
Alrighty, welcome back. So we ended on this choice last time going, what? And having discussed it at great length, there's neither of these that fit the character.
Yes, we're just basically going to play a really elaborate game of eeny, meeny, miny, mo, which is to say it's very simple.
We're just going to flip a coin.
Reason why is largely because, we were actually even talking about it before we started, that this is basically one of the dumbest choices that the Valerius could ever basically try to do. Like, he does realize that Nadia is a part of the royal family which owns the city-state that he's in, right?
As the bigger country, that Nadia's mom is queen of the larger country that she's in, and that he's in.
Either queen or empress.
Or whatever it is, yeah.
And her siblings are here!
Yeah, and that Nadia's siblings, the other princesses in charge of the whole nation, or attached to its, line of descent.
They're all here!
Are here.
Like, you want to make a power play now?
I say his power is going to be least effective, whatever it is, in reference to incredible nepotism and also the physical positions that everyone has in your bigger power structure. Because as far as we understand it, yeah, you do have this little city-state that is Vesuvia, and then Nadia's family that is the bigger country, and she is a princess from there that is still the ruling body out there.
And also, at the same time, one thing that I find to be deeply funny, that you have your city-state, we've mentioned this before, that doesn't have any access to the type of justice system that Nadia wants to implement, which therefore means to me that Valerius, being from this place, as far as I understand, also has no idea what the fuck that is. So he's going, sure, we'll put you on trial with the thing that you came up with that you know the most about.
Just now.
I'll do it. Yes. And so this just sounds really stupid, and it's fine. It's fine.
All right.
Anyway.
Even odd. You can't do that. Do it.
Even or odd.
Like I said, odd. Flip the coin. You can't do that. Do it.
Well, I don't have a coin.
All right,
Here we go. I have a die.
Odd.
Odd.
She's innocent.
She's innocent.
She's innocent. Here we go.
Right, so, because the thing is Corazon honestly would respond of going like, oh, you're trying to do something.
How interesting.
How fascinating. Let's see how far you get.
Yes.
Like, it would just be a game to them, going like, this is interesting that you think you have any ability to do jack shit.
Also, I doubt that Corazon would interrupt a conversation Nadia's having with someone else.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
So,
like, why?
I don't know. But
She's
anyway,
innocent.
so it's a very interesting kind of thing, again, in reference to the bigger political structure that we understand of this game. And had we played this route first, we wouldn't understand that bigger political structure, so then we'd go, wait, Valerius is more in charge than your countess?
Right?
On the other hand, people lower in the court can call treason on people higher in the court.
Oh, yeah.
But when you've got all of the other people around who are, in the higher power structure looking at them, it usually goes very, very poorly for them.
And also, since your mob literally went, hey, there's the asshole that ruined everything, you're gonna lose.
Yeah, they went, what? No, we love our countess.
Right.
Innocent.
She's innocent. Valerius parts his lips to answer, but Nadia steps forward and interjects before he has a chance to speak.
Nadia standing in front. Corazon standing in front. Nadia goes around and stands in front again.
Dance.
Yes, you learn that dance real well. It works. Thank you, Corazon. But unfortunately, the consul has a right to accuse me.
Except,
because none of you, the players nor the MC, understand how the law works. But I will explain it to you, even though I've just said we're going to do the law differently.
Yeah, pretty much. It's okay. We
He
just
has
said we're going to do it
He has a
different.
right to accuse me based on the new law that I've just implemented.
Because I'm above the law.
I was going to say, but also that I'm above, yes.
And I make the law, and I'm above. It's fine.
But I am above and exempt the law.
Ah, sigh.
Just as I have a right to defend myself against these scurrilous charges. On the other hand, again, does he know what a trial system is? Like, if she's just gone, this is something from the land I call home, which is the surrounding land that this city is in. But it's not a town, but none of you would...
It's fine.
I don't know. Anyway, and she's like, and now this process that none of you assumably know anything about.
I still say that completely also ruins plenty of it for me, going, no, Vesuvia is this separate little thing off over here. It's literally the city-state.
Inside of the country.
Of the Procran Empire.
You always talk about Procran like it's way over there.
And it's literally just probably within the next 20, 30 miles, but
it's
you're literally in it.
You step out of your city borders and you're in it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you're basically talking about the palace of your parrot. That's all.
It's fine.
Alright, scurrilous charges. Anyone with an ounce of sense will quickly see through these falsehoods to the truth.
But if
On the
they
other
don't
hand,
know how the process works... Okay, so one of the things that I've always thought was really interesting in regards to debate, they talk about getting access to pathos, ethos, and logos.
Right.
But a lot of basically debaters, or even you'll see it in regards to court of law,
Right.
will play into basically, I think it's pathos.
Right.
So they'll play into your emotions.
And they won't.
And
not
they'll manipulate the
just
people who
emotions.
don't know basically how a lot of the logic games work. They'll walk the like the council or the crowd that's actually supposed to be judging into basically emotional loopholes. They'll manipulate the crowd to play with them, even though it's completely illogical. And we see this happen all the time.
They'll say facts don't care about your feelings, and then they'll use your feelings around the facts.
Exactly.
Yes.
Actually, a lot of things rely on feelings, which is
So many things.
But the thing is also too is that your feelings do matter.
They do.
And because part of them also can make up what your reality is and what your perception is. Like somebody could have said, so factually, this person said exactly this thing. And the other person goes, according to my standards, due to the way that I've been socialized, etc., the way that you've said that sounds like a passive-aggressive comment. So therefore, my feelings, my reality is still justified.
It's like if you have a transcript of someone and someone was being absolutely aggressively sarcastic when the thing was said, but you just read the words and it sounds fine. And you're going, no, emotionally, this is something different.
Body language, those are not things that come out.
Anyway, I would say the only other possibility that they're not bringing us in on here, but I'm grasping at straws at this point, and going is, perhaps, instead of it being no one knows what the system is, it's one of those things of going, that state over there has been pro-choice forever, and we're now going to do that. So you know what it is, because you're familiar with external politics, but we've never done it. And we're not voting on it because we don't do that here. We have a rulership, and I'm telling you it's happening now.
Right.
Anyway. Anyone with an ounce of sense will quickly see through these falsehoods to the truth.
The crowd murmurs in agreement.
Still on Nadia's side.
That's right, she ain't no murderer.
There. And even if she is, who cares? I hated Lucia.
Actually, the thing that we literally talked about. Oh, and also good correction, actually, from Drakonishi. Barber surgeons were actually what they were years ago. And I did forget about that. My apologies. I thought when I was saying it, I actually cut, like, there was some part of my brain that was going, I think you have that wrong. But I kind of went with it. So that is actually a good point. They did actually used to basically dual wield.
And they did a lot of dentistry as well, didn't they?
I think so.
Yeah, like they were basically your dentist and barber and basic medical person.
Right. Yeah. No. I like
but yeah, thank you for Drakonishi in the comments.
For the correction. That was fine.
And the direction to resources.
But I do also love that concept that it's just Sweeney Todd, and it makes me giggle.
Pretty much.
I hated Lucio, which again, I'm just like, that is what we said. The crowd going, who the fuck cares? We hated the dude. And sometimes that's what your justice looks like, going, we don't care. The thing is the person who is causing the harm and caused more harm than they did good and caused more, who cares?
Well, and again, if your entire society, we assume all of them are gathered here in the square, just assume all of them,
right?
Agrees that this person was bad for them, and they don't all agree that trial for murder is really important, then you don't get to have one as a single person speaking in a void.
Because the thing is that crowd, as powerful as they are, because it is a powerful force, it will go, our word is louder than yours. Shut up. We're just going to move on.
We are the society at this point.
We're going to have this trial. Not necessary. We're not going to have the trial. Done.
Or we're going to have this trial. None of us are coming. Not even to juror.
Which is also why it's really interesting to see in the United States cases where the media has actually caused a serious amount of harm. And that's why they say that it's really important that journalists do not have a bias, because they can really fuck with basically the execution of justice and law.
Yeah, I was going to say, in a lot of the cases that have gone really unfortunately as far as the public's view of them, it was largely a case of the media handling something really sensational as a hot topic, fast money, let's put this up so people will watch or read our stuff really, really quickly, including, as we've mentioned before, the hot coffee kerfuffle with McDonald's, which many people still don't understand to this day, despite there being a really good documentary on it.
Yes, there's a whole documentary. It's fascinating. That sort of thing is great.
Hey, who cares? I hate Lucio.
If you truly believe she's innocent, perhaps you do not know her very well.
Guzzles more down. I'll drink the whole bottle of wine.
Valerius snaps his fingers and gestures towards Nadia. Two burly guards, who are also part of the city, but that's okay. They're just extensions of his will. Approach her.
I know, right?
I recognize one of them. Bloodmilla, the guard from the palace gate. I'm
trying to remember if in this
we
week we actually met the guards, because I didn't think we did.
I didn't think we did either.
Because I thought that happened in the old prologue, and we did this one with the updated prologue.
Oh, God.
And
this
so
is
a
mess.
It's fine. It happened off screen. We've met lots of staff that doesn't otherwise exist.
Right. Thanks.
Palace Gate. Also, I'm going, you're suggesting that you only have 2 guards for the Palace Gate, so either anytime they're not on shift, like, the 12 hours of the day when they have to, sleep, feed themselves, and clean themselves or something, no other guards take over, so that people wanting to rob the castle just their 12 or 16-hour shift will be over in a few minutes, and then no one will be there.
Hey!
Woo!
The servants all really hardcore.
Hi.
Because they're it's time to fight the people coming in.
When the guards go off shift. We need to be prepared.
It's just us!
And our countess has been asleep for 3 years. We have learned to, fend off every intruder ever.
So if you're gonna go in there for a dungeon crawl, you'd lose real fast.
Every one of them basically all suited up like the end of Beauty and the Beast. Be our guest, we'll kick your ass!
Yes! As she approaches us, I hear her murmur something to Nadia.
I'm really sorry about this, milady.
The crowd begins to get rowdier, closing in around the guards. It's clear that trouble is brewing.
I mean, we saw that a while ago, but I'm glad that you're catching on.
Okay, we're very proud of you, game.
Yes.
Nadia clears her throat, raising her hand once more to calm the onlookers.
No. I am choosing to do this willingly. Do not protest on my behalf.
Ah!
You just said you were earlier, literally, when you were in the Red Market, and you
whatever, not the Red Market, but just the market as a whole. Well, we were wandering around the beginning part of.
In general, when we went on our market trip, you said you were above the law, but specifically in reference to the black market, where you bought a nonsense cat.
Yes.
And went to go shut it down. Or at least shut down that specific guy's stand.
Yep.
And apparently, maybe or maybe not the rest. You said you were above the law.
And then, another one will pop up and it'll be fine, and it'll just be more basically on the fringe, and we'll probably have more problems caused because...
Well, the city will get all the revenue from it, until which point is it's a problem, and then I'll deal with it then.
Yeah, pretty much, it's fine.
So, I, like all my subjects, am not above Vesuvia's laws.
You are...
Except in private and in my own mind. Or this is character growth, and I haven't talked to you about the process in between.
That's fine. Was that growth? Who knows?
I submit myself to judgment. Not the consuls, though. I submit myself to your judgment, Vesuvia. At the trial today, which is going to be so well prepared now that it's your trial, and only is a couple of hours away, instead of another person's trial, which you presumably had time to prepare for overnight, and also we're going to try both of you now, back to back.
There's Julian over there. Hey man, what's up?
Just I'm no, he doesn't get a trial now, he's off the hook.
Him.
You colluded! And by being colluded, I mean you're responsible for the whole thing!
Oh.
Julian, I've thrown myself on the mercies of the court. Kill me! Nadia, no, I'm going to trial.
It's my trial now! Julian.
What?
Oh.
Excuse me?
Wait. I've waited.
No.
I'm so confused.
So,
Portia. Thank God.
Portia, I don't get it, but it's fine.
But now we've moved on from sibling to one I have a crush on. Oh boy.
Vesuvia at the trial today. You may tell me if you find me worthy. I believe that together we can build true justice in this city. If you find me worthy of being innocent?
What?
If you find me worthy of trying
Are
properly?
you worthy of being innocent, friend? No, are you innocent or aren't you? That's not the same thing. Will you find me worthy of... Whoa.
And I know some people go, being worthy means you've done well, like it's a moral thing.
Yeah.
Going, am I worthy? But it doesn't mean worthy of justice. But it's like a weird place to use that.
That is strange.
Anyway.
She gives Valerius a final withering glare.
He shrivels. He drinks more for confidence.
He rehydrates.
Justice that applies to everyone, regardless of status. And can also, as I'm setting for precedence now, be accused upon anyone by anyone of any station at any time.
Aha!
Let's not worry about that later.
Rousing speech, that one.
Oh, very proud, it's
Very
fine.
excellent. Place her under house arrest at the palace. She is not to leave her quarters for any reason. Corazon, you're pathetic and weak. You couldn't even arrest her and put her in the dungeons. You put her under house arrest in a very nice room
Very
with
posh room.
servants. And all this act, You are ridiculous.
On the other hand, he is aristocracy, so he's like, you can't imagine anything else.
I mean...
I have no concept of anything else. She's aristocracy. She's
I
not one of them.
betcha he could imagine something else, because if he was supposed to be like, there's this mild thing of going that he had some sort of thing with Lucio, you would imagine they had something in common. Whether it's
being tasteless?
Yeah. Or being, like, tyrannical and just really violent about something, I guess. I don't know.
Potentially. I imagine it's because he has no imagination. And, of course, you know, royalty get locked where royalty go.
It's true.
Which is in their rooms.
But also, again, I'm going, like, so what are you going to tell her sisters?
I know.
Like, I'm dead serious. I'm like, this does not look good for you.
Nadia is going to have to tell her sisters, and he's counting on the fact that she will tell her sisters. And when they go, this is done, you shouldn't, you know, we'll fix it. She'll be like, no, I must stand trial as my people, and as the rest of them would. I am one with them. You know?
Corazon, I hate to say this, but since when?
Also,
that wasn't why I liked you.
I also got Nadia very much going, confining me to my room. I'm bringing my servant Corazon, who have been trying to get confined to my room for some time. It will be great.
Excellent. Corazon, crap, I'm having to move into the small space. I tense, ready to do what I can to keep the guards away from Nadia. No, I'm not. I don't care. I think it'd be goddamn hilarious.
Also,
Please! Take her away, I dare you.
Ready to keep the guards away from Nadia. Nadia has already consented to the guards' interaction to you and the crowd.
Yeah, that's goofy. So, she's not gonna resist.
MC, why would you resist where she's decided to agree and completely go against her stated desires and preferences?
No, you must defend a waifu. It's okay.
But the waifu has said, do not defend me. I have more power than you, and it is my desire to use this system.
No, it's okay. But she places a hand gently on my shoulder and shakes her head. She needs to tell me to stop being the 3-year-old that I am.
That's true.
Corazon, no.
I mean, like, it suggests that you didn't listen to her at all. And it's very, very strange.
You have no respect for basically her choices and decisions, and also noting as well that the guard actually isn't being that basically nasty. The guard is even sort of like, I apologize about this kind of thing. Like, I'm sorry that this is happening. Like,
but here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sorry, that's just deeply selfish.
That sounds very, very strange. I'm also just like, good, I've told everyone this thing. I'm gonna get in the way. Now I will directly tell you this thing. Oh, now I get it. I will not have you arrested as well, Corazon.
And she steps willingly towards the guards, who were already next to her.
Who had already closed in on her, who had already done this action.
What the hell? Who close in on either side of her.
She walked away from them to talk to you.
And they let her. The guards escorted her back to the carriage, Valerius following behind.
Her carriage, which was waiting.
Yes.
Valerius going, I rode my own carriage here, but I'm going to make sure you get in yours.
Pretty much. It begins to roll away, and my feet move on their own as I run after it. No, I don't.
One, Corazon would not worry because they know exactly where Nadia is going. To her rooms.
This is not
melodramatic. And two, Corazon doesn't run.
Corazon do not run.
Does not run. I feel like even if Corazon were full able-bodied, it would be tacky to run, and so they wouldn't.
I'm going to walk ponderously and extremely with great force that you will feel in the back of your prehistoric existence.
Yes.
That you will know that this thing is coming towards you and you'll be terrified out of your fucking wits.
I will be that slow lumbering monster that is always catching up to you.
Yes.
Yes.
Nadia, no, stop.
States, Nadia.
Why?
Why?
I see her face through the window. I simply look, and I see her face through the window, staring back at me.
She looks
stunned!
She should have no concern at all, as she's just agreed to this, and it's all been spelled out very clearly. And if they take her to the castle and do something nefarious, one, her sisters are here. Two, she has a lot of the staff on her side, if not all of them. And three, she could just be like, no, I'm not going down to the dungeon. Fuck you.
There's no tension to this, it's fine. And then she's gone, leaving me alone in the screaming crowd.
When did they start screaming? If they are a screaming crowd, it seems like... Corazon, were you so... Okay, MC, were you so involved in the... No, I must chase out of the carriage. You didn't notice they started screaming when she was escorted to her carriage? And she didn't say anything else when her people started screaming. Not yelling or chanting or booing or murmuring. They're screaming after her.
Violent hollering.
And she does nothing. She says, no, and I will get on the carriage. I will not assure them any further. I will not, direct them like this is fine. I won't give any body clues. Nothing. Just screaming.
Screaming.
Holy crap.
I have to fix this. No, I don't have to fix anything.
You really don't.
There's nothing to fix.
You're not even involved in this directly, actually.
I don't even know what to say. Sorry, the MC has to fix this. No, I'm going to fix this, says the MC, no matter what.
That's so weird.
Corazon does not give a single fuck. Chapter 2, eavesdropping.
Also, I don't see why Corazon would think that Nadia cannot fix it herself.
I do not run to the bridge of the palace. I have made my way to the bridge of the palace. No breath catching in my throat because I'm not fucking concerned.
Because I don't think Valerius is trying to pull a fucking stunt, and I don't think Nadia's stupid and is falling for a stunt. I think she's just being arrested as she's agreed to. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
It's fine.
Tap.
It's been almost an hour since the arrest. Wow! This city changes size like you would not believe.
No, it's okay. When you're desperate, you can run real fast.
Corazon does not run.
No, but the MC can run real fast. They might not have been able to...
Maybe Corazon, glides around on those little, skater shoes.
Oh, the wheelies? The wheelies? No.
They lean back.
I was gonna say, Corazon always wears the really long garments, and so they've just got a hoverboard under there, the little small, unhandled segways. They just lean and they hover after you.
Somebody, wah! Can't see the feet.
The power of the magician! Ah!
Yes, be afraid.
Be afraid, I rolled him forward, yeah.
Crinkle, crinkle.
Since the arrest.
They have surely already put Nadia under guard in her room. But I have to speak with her.
I'm not...
Gaspy woo.
Why is it scary or unfortunate or panicky to have her put under house arrest?
It's not.
And it's not even I think they're going to pull a shenanigan and put her in the dungeon. It's literally, I am paranoid about her being under house arrest in her very comfortable room.
It's fine. The palace is in an uproar as I enter. Servants are scurrying about, some crying in the halls. Why?
Sobbing into their aprons.
With fucking... This is why I say that also, Valerius is just as big of a dick as, Lucio is implied to be. Again, the thing people going oh no, these people, no, they were desperately differently at odds. No, they got along for a reason.
I also kind of want to be okay, so in the story I've got right now is your count dies 3 years ago, and your countess disappears because the city didn't know, and unless all the staff somehow knew that she was knocked out, but I get that it was a secret because she's trying to pretend it didn't happen. So, as far as I know, all of the staff in the castle doesn't know it happened. She just disappeared for 3 years.
Which is hilarious. We have this new person who comes and goes out of Nadia's, quarters, and we never hear anything, never see anything.
And none of us have been allowed to go into Nadia's quarters since the Count died.
Yeah.
Period.
Maybe she's in extreme mourning. You don't know what people's mourning practices are like.
And maybe they declared that I'd love to know what their explanation for her being gone for 3 years was.
This is so goofy.
If they're hiding it. So it's just then the servants who have no connection to her as a person for the last 3 years are suddenly oh God, our countess has been accused of a crime, and I'm going to cry over it. What does it even mean for
I have no connection, but I'm deeply disrupted.
But also, socially, what does it mean for your countess to be accused of a crime? Because, when our president is accused of a crime, it affects everyone very little other than, well, I believe that, well, I don't believe that. Not sobbing in the halls.
And also, no, they'll understand it because, a wrist slap totally fucking works.
And those kinds of things. I don't understand.
Either.
If I don't have any connection to why what their connection is to Nadia, I got nothing.
This is goofy. It's fine. I spot Bloodmilla being comforted by Ludovico in a corner, tears rolling down her cheeks. Why? This is
why is she upset?
I think grade drama.
She might be upset going, I had to do the act of arresting her and that distresses me, but also
I'd say the whole circumstance. It's just oh no, the whole world is thrown at... Why? Nobody knows her.
I was going to say, and I mean, if they did, they knew her 3 years ago and haven't seen her since. And maybe it's just extremely tragic to go, she's just gotten back and now she's in trouble.
Yeah, I don't...
But I have no connection to what this means socially.
Oh, Corazon, it is terrible, just terrible, says Lumiere, coming up to me. The befeathered chamberlain rushes up to me, wringing their hands frantically. The consul has locked Milady away in her room. You must help her, please. That is what house arrest is called, Chamberlain.
Yes.
And she is quite comfortable in there. After all, it was not perhaps a day ago that she did not want to leave them. And believe me, Nadia's fine.
Believe me, I was there when she didn't want to leave it. Additionally, you must help her, so she didn't tell you that she agreed to this. When I say that, I mean you must help her change her mind and not be compliant with the law.
I nod. taking the stairs calmly and one fucking step at a time.
To get to Nadia's room.
To get to Nadia's room, because I am not concerned.
I never connected to the fact that Nadia's room was upstairs. Based on going down hallways all the time.
They have never described it that way at all.
Like, I know,
like, this sounds like an increase of basically drama, because they've never described this before. It is this slow Spanish, melodrama sort of thing that's been like, again, this is so dorky and cheesy to me. I can't take this seriously.
I'm also just
run headfirst into a tall, firm figure standing at the top of the stairs.
Bonk. There we go.
Corazon, good, you are here. It looks like Navra and Nazmira are also here, waiting outside Nadia's room, as they should, being a part of the royal fucking family.
And
anyway,
behaving in a way that agrees with their sister's judgment if she's still in charge, which is I'm going to participate with this trial, which also suggests that she could not participate at any point because her choosing to is respected by people because she says so.
Yes.
Alrighty.
This is so goofy. It's fine.
I am confused.
Navra paces frantically, while Nazmira is bent over a windowsill. Why? Other than, this is embarrassing.
I'm writing Mom and Dad.
No, I'm talking about the pacing frantically part.
I don't know.
Ink-stained fingers moving feverishly.
I've already drafted a letter to Procra, but she's insisting she sees this matter through. I need to talk some sense into her, and you still have to listen to her.
You could just use Mummy! You could just fucking use Mummy! She's your youngest sibling.
Well, the thing is she's going to use Mummy, but through a letter, because she can't use her immediately.
Well, because apparently Mummy is 3 decades away. It's fine. This has no tension for me. It's okay, we can keep going.
I'm confused. I just said insisting on this matter, though. Nadia has been waiting for you, Corazon.
This is the panicking one.
Sorry, you look thrilled. You just look thrilled, like, I'm just like, Nadia's been waiting for you. Corazon, perhaps you can help.
Nahara takes me gently by the arm, which I don't fucking need, and escorts me to the door. There is an escort to the door, but there's no touching. Stop that. 2 armed guards stand posted at it. They look at me, and then nod, moving aside to let me in.
They wouldn't let any of the sisters in, but they'll let me in. With a sister.
With a sibling.
Nadia, who's like, I am doing this voluntarily, and literally using her power to make it so everyone lets her cooperate, which is what I'm seeing, and then going, when Corazon arrives, and I know they will, let them in.
Yeah, fair enough.
And the guard's going,
yeah.
You've insisted that you go under house arrest, like he says, so we're doing that, and you've insisted that your apprentice the apprentice join you. Okay. Sure, and that your sisters can't come in.
Sure, this person we really don't know.
But they've been around.
Nadia's back is to me, seated at her desk, flipping furiously through papers. Seated at her desk, flipping furiously through papers. I catch the name of one of the books, because I can suddenly fucking read.
Is it a paper or a book? You can read. You've been able to read the whole time.
I know, but I keep getting hiccuped on it, because I always have this thing that Corazon I don't think actually can read very well. Because they've been more interested in doing clothing.
Nope, because Astra made them learn to read well despite their interests.
They stitch it furiously into their clothing. Fuck that noise. Vesuvian law and custom. It looks to be rather out of date.
I'm like, is it papers
According to whom? You literally fuck. You don't know anything.
What does an out-of-date book look like?
That's why I'm like, you don't know anything. How does your main character at all? It looks to be rather out of date. How do you, one, know what an out-of-date book looks like? Does it have the date and go, this is out of date, or it just looks old? Do you know how often people actually will go back and use old books because they contain the information you're looking for?
Additionally, how much did Astra teach you about modern politics in the 3 years?
And how the justice system works? We're just going, it's a brand new system we've never fucking used.
So it's out of date as of a couple of hours ago. Very out of date.
Oh my God, I'm so
all
tired.
the books are out of date as of a couple hours ago when she was standing on a podium out there.
Nadia straightens and turns as I shut the door behind me.
Corazon came.
Flip. Corazon!
I knew you
came while she's flipping.
I knew.
Very calmly. Corazon.
You came. I knew you'd come, but you came.
You came. You've come.
You've come.
Yes. I didn't believe it, but you came.
But you came. Yes. Amazing.
Yeah, really. A smile breaks some of the weariness on her face. She gets slowly to her feet. Why are you fucking worried? And walks towards me.
Why are we narrating her every movement now as well? Also, has her sister reacted at all to being allowed in the room?
Her sister isn't there, but they didn't tell us that.
She escorts you to the door, holding on to you. Let us in, and then they just let Corazon in, and she stands there. God damn it!
Goodbye. She waves.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, peeking around the corner. No, I hope everything is fine.
Bye.
It seems I may have miscalculated slightly. They've already been using Trail in the last 3 years, and I didn't know.
Shit, they were more prepared than I thought.
I didn't ask anyone. Valerius, I implemented that 2.5 years ago.
Why?
Because I was tired of hanging absolutely everyone when we needed every citizen we could because they were all dying anyway.
But we need more slave labor, so here we are.
It's fine.
My God.
I did not expect Valerius could get his head out of the bottle long enough. We were correct, completely drunk. To pose a true threat.
So Valerius has just been an alcoholic the whole time.
Also going, do you assume... Like,
when has that ever been a thing? Or is it like been one of those things where like it should be visual, basically a visual coding?
Which is why the glass is always empty and refilled again.
Constantly. This character is deeply alcoholic and is coping off his ass for something that we have no connection to.
And while our main character is completely versed on law and horse riding...
And can randomly pick up when somebody smells like a drunkard, I'm sure, because we did that in Julian's route almost instantaneously every time.
And reading in something they've never felt the need to point out that Valerius is drunk all the time.
Yeah. Like, I think that would also be a part of, like, your castle gossip. Hi, this is Valerius. This is the consul who was in charge while Nadia was out.
And he's drunk constantly.
And he is drunk fucking constantly.
It also seems like a piece of, like, Portia, you know, gossip. Additionally, again, you pegged Julian as smelling like alcohol and being a drunk constantly.
Yeah.
All the time.
Well, you know, Valerius is just the dignified fop who just happens to have wine in his hand based on visual coding alone.
Also, just
because they've never really engaged with him.
I was going to say, if they're using visual coding of what the sprites are doing to indicate things about their personalities and what's going on with them, are they literally saying that everyone can see the courtiers like that?
Oh, God. I mean, that would make sense as to why you would pick, like, Nadia's posing, I've always thought, is that elegant, sort of refined, you know, I'm not closed off.
Right.
I'm just sort of a little bit, you know, kind of withdrawn, a little bit of front.
A little aloof.
Yeah, a little aloof, based on the visual coding that I'm used to. And like Julian, I think we actually even mentioned in his route, his hands being across his chest is considered, he's a very highly defensive person, he's very closed off.
Yes.
And then like, Portia's is very much more open.
Yeah, she's straight out just open and available. Like she's got
and she more leans forward, I believe, so she's more available. Like Nadia is more distinctly leaning back and away from people. And then like, so you can do a lot of this for a lot of different characters, and sometimes people will inadvertently like put that into a design, especially for a sprite that you're going to stare at for a long time. But that's interesting that they would decide to do that and then like,
and then suddenly go, it's relevant. Or going, maybe, like, maybe it wasn't supposed to be a thing that we picked up on until now. But again, like, it was a big thing in Julian's route. So again, going, I kind of wish you could play all of these completely separately without having the information from the other ones, because otherwise it changes the experience a lot. But at any rate...
Yeah, we're out of time. Sorry, guys. But thank you very much for joining us for our discourse. If you'd like to engage with us more, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Please also save us from the algorithm by doing so, because your help is greatly appreciated. And also, you'll be here for the next round.
Yes.
Hey! So, other than that, though, also if you want to support us more directly, please go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. We have some links in the description down below. And I have been Scandal.
And if you want to see us in person online, feel free to check us out on Twitch. And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!